I'm 30F, married to my husband, David, 32M, for 3 years. Before David, I was in a long-term relationship with my ex, Ryan, 33M, who betrayed me by cheating, leading to our breakup 4 years ago. My mother, however, never moved on from Ryan. She adored him and was devastated when we split, even trying to convince me to stay despite his infidelity. She struggled to accept David as my husband, despite his kindness and generosity toward her. For context, my mother, in her mid-60s, has health challenges. About 18 months ago, she was diagnosed with a chronic condition requiring costly treatments and medications. With her limited income, covering these expenses was tough. David, being compassionate, offered to assist with her medical costs. Since early last year, he's been contributing about $2,000 monthly to her bills. This support has been a lifeline for her, and without it, she'd struggle significantly. David never grumbled about helping. He viewed it as supporting my family, and we both felt it was the right thing to do. Fast forward to last week, when David and I were celebrating our 3rd wedding anniversary. We planned a special dinner at a restaurant. My mother, who lives alone and doesn't get out much due to her health, hinted at wanting to join us. Feeling sympathetic and wanting to include her, I invited her to the dinner. David was fine with it. We also invited my younger brother, 28M, and his partner, but they couldn't attend. So it was just my mom, David, and me. The evening started smoothly, but partway through, my mother mistakenly called David by Ryan's name. The first time, David gently corrected her, saying, "It's David, not Ryan." I shot her a glance, but she brushed it off with a laugh, claiming forgetfulness. I was irritated, but let it slide. Then it happened again. She called him Ryan while asking for the salt. I firmly said, "Mom, his name is David." She casually replied, "Oh, right, David, my mistake." David was visibly annoyed but remained polite. I thought that was the end, but then she did it a 3rd time, asking, "Ryan, should we order the cheesecake to share?" David tensed, and before he could respond, I snapped. "His name is David. Why do you keep calling him Ryan?" Instead of apologizing, my mom sighed and said, "Well, Ryan was like family to me. I still think of him that way sometimes." She then looked at David and added, "No offense, but you're a bit like him." It was painfully awkward. David, keeping his composure, said, "I've lost my appetite. I'll be in the car," and left. I ended the dinner abruptly, telling my mom her words were hurtful and inappropriate. She protested, saying I was overreacting, but I cut her off with, "We'll talk later," paid the bill, and left Dot in the car. David was quiet. I apologized for my mom's behavior. He finally said, "I'm not mad at you, but I'm done. I won't be disrespected like that." He then announced he'd stop paying for my mom's medical bills, saying, "If she thinks Ryan is so great, let him help her." I didn't argue. I understood his stance and was furious with my mom for ruining our special night. Her treatment is costly, and she relies on that $2,000 monthly. Without it, she'll struggle financially, as her savings and insurance don't cover everything. I feel a bit guilty knowing this could impact her health, but she brought this on herself. David has been incredibly generous, and she couldn't show basic respect. David has already canceled the automatic payments for her bills and is firm on his decision. I haven't told my mom yet, but I can't tell you the full story in short. To watch the full story, click the related link below.